Now, the Beach Boys concert, that is still going on right now. We've been out here taking readings on the sound level meter. The highest that I've seen since we've been out here for the last 20 minutes was 99. That was just a couple seconds ago. It hasn't really gone lower than 75. Actually, let's give you a look at what you're seeing right now. Check out how much debris is left. So right behind me, you can see there's broken pieces of plastic still lining this side of the median. That's not it. Look over here. So much broken glass right there, of course, as well as a little bit more broken plastic. And then back there, I don't think you guys can see it, but I can, is definitely a piece of a taillight. This is just off Constitution, not far from Mark Sheffel in the far southeast part of town. I'm going to step out of the way so you guys can get a better look at the scene and some of the agencies out here. Like I said, we do have some El Paso County Sheriff's deputies out here. That's the only visible agency that we've seen in this area, but FBI said that they were on scene gathering evidence. It is very dark out here. If it wasn't for our camera lights, you wouldn't be able to see much of anything. I do want to show you something. Those two lights behind me, there and there, those are the only two street lights currently here in Remington Park as of this moment. We're standing just outside the Colorado Springs Air Tanker Base. This is where the U.S. Forest Service loads those tankers with fire retardant and then sends them out to wherever they need to go. Let me quickly show you what they work with. So that gray shed right there, that's where they store the fire retardant in powdered form. Then it's mixed and stored in those tan tanks over there. Now that is piped to planes. You can see just the top of one maybe as it's taxiing on the runway. That's where they get filled. Now there's a number of them that have already departed. 3 smaller tankers went out to do drops on the leaf fire. They carry about 3,000 gallons of retardant, but that's not the only weapons here in the arsenal. They have planes like these. That is a VLAT, a very large air tanker. It's a DC-10. We got an inside look into one of those today. Just going to go down straight down the line right here. This is a silent auction with some Fascist Tears vodka up for grabs. And what do you need to put your drinks in? Well, tumblers. And you can see all these tumblers here, and you can decorate it with all these Kamala Harris stickers and swag. And that's not all. If you're feeling extra creative, this is a friendship bracelet making station. Officials say that Livelsberger rented that Tesla Cybertruck on December 28th up in Denver. They say 2 days later, you stop here at this Tesla supercharger array. Right now, Colorado law states if you are found incompetent to stand trial and cannot be restored to competency, your case has to be dismissed, and in many cases, you have to be released. Now, that has caused a lot of pain for one southern Colorado family. Take a look at your screen right now. This is Christy Kirst. She died last November after a hit and run in a McDonald's parking lot. This man, Joe Lang, was charged with her murder but was released after being found incompetent. Now, Kirst's family tell me they're still carrying a heavy burden almost a year later. Now let's go to Teller County. They say 2,418 people are on SNAP benefits. They say that's about 9.8% of the county's total population. Now, when it comes to Pueblo County, this is a more interesting number. They say 41,241 people are on SNAP benefits there. This is significant because that's about a quarter of the county's total population. That's one of the highest in the entire state of Colorado.
The thought of us having less to be able to give when there's a greater need is sometimes heart-wrenching for us.
Renee Beebe, executive director of Crossfire Ministries, says between the constant need for food, the government shutdown, and the possibility of no SNAP funds, their no-cost grocery store in Colorado Springs is stretched thin.
We want to make sure that no family goes hungry or no family has to choose between whether to pay rent or whether to buy food.
But that is exactly the choice some families are now facing.
I can't eat it, but everybody else can. Thank you so much.
Ginger Snyder and her daughter Deja Dunlap says Crossfire has helped keep their family fed since they moved to Colorado over a year ago.
It's an amazing help. It makes it so when the SNAP isn't enough or what we make from work that's left over from bills isn't enough, it makes it so we can provide a little bit for our family.
But their situation is set to get tougher with SNAP benefits set to run out on November 1st.
My eyes immediately filled with tears and I felt sick to my stomach because that's the only way we eat.
With 5 people across 3 generations to feed, Ginger says it's already tough to make ends meet.
The only person that eats more than once a day is my 9-year-old granddaughter.
But there is some hope for the resource they rely on.
So we expect the money to flow, next week.
On Wednesday, Governor Jared Polis announced $10 million in state funding for food banks over the next 6 weeks. Beebe says it's welcome news.
To be able to pump some additional funding into the food resource it's going to really help us as an organization.
I'm excited to have fun and see different characters.
Emma Morrison was one of the 35 Colorado Springs family members of fallen military heroes to take part in the Snowball Express on Saturday. She's traveling with her mom and her grandpa, all survivors of military family suicide. Richard Morrison says his son James was a volunteer firefighter and a U.S. Army sergeant.
And he was a great kid. He gave me a beautiful granddaughter and daughter-in-law, and that's about it. I miss him very much.
After getting through security, families were able to relax at the gate with therapy dogs, a full spread of food, and a live Christmas music performance. Those involved in putting the send-off together say it's a wonderful experience to be a part of.
It gives them a chance to get together, gather, talk, make new friends, reunite with old friends. It warms my heart to be able to do something like this and have this organization out here doing it for the families of fallen soldiers.
All American Airlines passengers flying on the Snowball Flight Express, please make your way to gate number 1.
Once the boarding call went out, it was time to line up and head down the jetway into an American Airlines flight all decked out with holiday cheer. As the plane taxied towards the runway, volunteers lined up in an honor guard, one more salute to service and sacrifice.